Hello, 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 and welcome to Sub versus Dubbed. And in this episode, we have Tommy Pickles, aka Jeffrey Rice. That's right, I know I got it backwards, but we're dealing with it. That's how it's going. If you wanted to check him out, he's at War Buddha, War underscore Buddha. Um, we will see where this podcast goes. As you can see from the background, I wanted to go down the Power Ranger rabbit hole because there's such a rich history. But as you know, I never stay on script. So with let's go ahead and bring Mr. Tommy Pickles in. Hello, 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 Mr. Tommy Pickles.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Thanks for having
How
me.
are you?
Doing well, despite this wet and humid afternoon.
I know it's weird, huh? It's weird.
Yeah,
I looked at the weather and was like, oh, it's going to be 84 degrees. It should be fine. But I think for some reason we think we're Florida or Texas because
yeah.
it's sticky and gross and weird. But what you gonna do, right? What are you going to do? But either which way, go ahead and let the people know about you a little bit.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Name's Jeff. Nickname is Tommy Pickles. If you don't know Tommy Pickles' background, it's a little cartoon character from the old Nickelodeon TV show Rugrats. It's a great cartoon, good childhood
Did
cartoon.
you watch the original run, right?
I watched the original, the
Mm-hmm.
movies,
Mm-hmm,
and the
mm-hmm.
reboot when they're in high school or in junior high.
Interesting. Interesting. What did you think of the reboots or the continuation or whatever it's considered?
Honestly, it's nostalgic from it being Rugrats, but at the same time, it's like a different show altogether, but very nostalgic. I enjoyed it.
Hmm. Yeah, I was a little bit of a fan of it, but I think the name for the show was Rugrats All Grown Up,
Yeah,
but they weren't all grown up, so I felt like that was a lie because they were still in like
yeah,
high school or something, right?
yeah. I think they were like in
Uh,
high school, like freshmen in high school, like a majority of the kids, minus
yeah.
Dill, since he's obviously the youngest out of the group.
Oh, you really got your lore down.
Yeah.
Did you watch any other Nickelodeon shows during that time?
See, I more than likely did. Just nothing comes into head top like at this moment. But if you start throwing like titles out, probably yes.
Okay, let's see. My favorite from that little run, I think it should have been either right before All Grown Up or maybe during, was Cat Dog.
That was a good one.
Did you watch? It was
Yeah,
so
very,
weird. I loved it. I
very
loved it.
controversial for the time frame.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Another good one, this is closer to the original Rugrats run, was God, I had it, I lost it. Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah. That one was crazy. I love that one, but at that time I was a little kid, like, yo, young Jeff. My mom was like, yeah, you gotta stop watching that. But it was like, in my opinion, like a kid's like PG version of like South Park or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. There was a lot of episodes about like them being nudists and stuff like that. That's very grown up. It's very grown up
Yeah,
for some cartoons. But you're
yeah,
right. It did have that South Park kind of vibe to it, which
yeah.
you know, that I apparently I had no supervision watch when I was a kid, so I could just
Hmm.
watch whatever I wanted to watch. May have broke me. May have broke me. Right.
Yeah.
Um, and speaking of that, I've been saying it the last few times, but I think it really does say a lot how my anime journey went. My anime journey was those 6 o'clock in the morning sci-fi channel
Hmm.
anime, right? And I think I watched Tenchi Muyo in Love, the Yu Yu Hakusho movie, um, Gogo 13, uh, Fist of the North Star. just like all of these shows and a lot of shows that or movies that had a show base, and I had no idea what the show was. I only knew the movie. And then, years later, Toonami would pick it up and I'd be like, oh, that's interesting.
Hmm.
But that leads to our question, the biggest question of them all. What was your anime journey? I told you I got 1,000 bumpers. I'm gonna hit you with 1,000 different bumpers.
It's all good. So yeah, anime journey. Hmm. Well, for me, it didn't really start until like Toonami kicked off. When I was around maybe late elementary, early, no, I'd say elementary school era when like Toonami was around.
Mm.
We're gonna start off with like, well, Toonami speaking, like the original OG Gundam series, which is like bare bones, like got like Gundams, like nothing like
Okay,
fancy.
so which Gundam show was the first one you saw on Toonami?
On Toonami, for me, I would say Gundam Wing. That, if I
Okay,
remember
all right.
correctly, yeah, that was like the show, the series that they started with, like originally.
This is true. This is
Yeah,
true. That is the very first Gundam show that they put on Toonami, which
yeah,
is an interesting one because it you would think that they would have started at the original Gundam or something along those lines, but that actually showed up. If I remember correctly, it was Gundam Wing, Grab Your Face Gundam, and then it was original Gundam, if I remember correctly.
yeah. Like, I don't remember. I don't know the original name for the Gundam, but it's the Gundam series where like each country in the world had like their own like represented like Gundam operator, and they would have like their
Yeah,
world
yeah.
championships. I remember that was in
It
the cycle.
it was called G Gundam, but I like to call
Yeah,
it Grab Your Face Gundam because that's
yeah,
all he did was grab your face. I
yeah.
love you. Grab your face.
Shining and burning finger.
Yes.
That's what it was. That was the English word for it.
I did a little deep dive on Gundam not too long ago, and I have to say most Gundam is better dubbed,
Yeah.
except for the launching out of the pads. Like
Hmm.
for me, in English, it always sounds stupid. It's like armor array. Here we go. There we go. But in Japanese, it's like like whatever it is, himas, and it just sounds more visceral, and it feels like what it's supposed to be, kind of like a war opera, little soap
Yeah,
opera of
more so
war.
like now that you mention it, the original like versions it sounded like they were just more like aggressive. Like they put their emotions into like the actual like voiceovers, whereas like the English version is more like children oriented, which I can
Mm-hmm.
understand, but at the same time, you kind of lose the whole emotion aspect of like the scenarios that they're going through, like the fights and whatnot, their whole journey.
Mm-hmm. I have a question.
Yes.
What are you watching right now?
Right now at work, I'm watching Pokemon
Really?
because because our TV provider they have like random channels of like a specific TV show that they have for a few months, and right now it's on Pokemon. And it's the not the Johto, but the one right after Johto series.
I have such a big gap of Pokemon anime because
Yeah.
for me personally, I almost don't consider Pokemon anime.
Hmm.
It's it's so close to being kind of like a Mickey Mouse. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's where Digimon, that's anime because it's
Hmm.
weird. For some reason, every evolution comes with guns. I have no idea why. Like you turn from a cute little rabbit to a rabbit with machine guns. None of it makes sense. But like Pokemon, it just has that like, that safety to it.
Yeah,
That
it's like
safety.
dipping your toes into that style of animation per se. But yeah, now that you mentioned Digimon, that was my jam.
That
I
was your
love
jam?
I love Digimon watching and growing up, like the original series of like Agumon turning into Greymon. I
How
remember
did you feel when Greymon turned into Skull Greymon? When he was forced to evolve?
from a kid's perspective, all right, cool. Yeah, he finally pushed the barriers, but now that as an adult, I'm like, that's really messed up that Tai pushed him to that point to go evil just to get him to digivolve.
Yeah. It was a wild thing. I was a little younger, a little older than you, right? So when I saw it, I was like, I don't think this is okay. And in my head, it almost felt like I think immediately I thought when I was a kid, if I got forced to do something that I didn't want to do, it would be that
Hmm.
same situation. So it kind of echoed that. I was like, I don't think this is good. Even though, it's still cool because he evolved and it was this own unique version that we've never seen before, which I
Yeah,
thought that was cool.
yeah,
But I wish they would like have like an alternative reality where they go back and they have that, but there's like heavy metal playing behind it or something like that. I
yeah,
think that'd be cool. You know?
yeah. I remember like seeing him like, all right, you got like a dinosaur with a skull on his head turning into a
Yeah,
skull monster that shoots flesh like rockets out of its chest. And it's
it was
pure
crazy.
evil. I'm like,
It's,
yeah, that's not how it's supposed to be. Like
I don't think that's what it
reality
is.
wise, they don't look
Yeah.
at all the same.
Can you imagine if that's just where the show went though? That would just be like, oh yeah, we all just get these weird, like, I don't know, like Iron Maiden style creatures.
Yeah, just complete like monsters. Like not even like cool looking monsters, but just like pure like evil,
Yeah,
dark monsters. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It would take a pretty wild turn. I think that leads us to our next part, which is the biggest debate that has ever been debated. It is sub versus dubbed. All right. So in this section, you're just going to let the people know, what do you like? What's your vibe? Are you a sub guy? Are you a dub guy? What's your
Hmm.
jam?
I prefer subs, to be honest with you.
Interesting. Interesting. What's your favorite sub?
In what way?
So for me in particular, I have parts of shows that I like. Gundam, for instance, my very favorite is my favorite show. It's my absolute favorite show is the original run of Gundam, and I can't watch it in English. I think it's actually garbage. For
Gotcha.
me, it's subbed only. But on the flip side, I really enjoy Tenchi Muyo
Hmm.
because I was a horny kid when Tenchi Muyo came out. And something about having five girls, basic harem anime, like I need that in English. And I tried it in Japanese, and it's horrible.
Hmm.
So where do you fit on that line?
For me, I would say, it's cliche, Naruto,
Oh, interesting.
because
Naruto subbed, or is it Naruto dubbed?
subbed.
Subbed. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't like believe it, believe it. I also hate Naruto. I think Naruto is a crappy show with
Hmm.
really good fight scenes. I think it has great fight scenes, but the show itself, I don't get it. And then when you start thinking about like his age, he's about the same age as Ash Ketchum when he starts being a
Yeah,
ninja. So he's about 12. And then by the end of the show, I think he's 15 or 16,
yeah.
which is a little wild. But I can keep picking at that show all I want. It's just I like ninja anime, and
Hmm.
technically that's the most popular ninja anime, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, I like it because the sub version at least is just like the like a majority of like animes that are dubbed. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
the sub one you get more emotion. You can feel their journey, what their
Right.
struggles that they're going through. Whereas in dubbed, it's like you can do it. That's my ninja way.
Yeah,
XYZ.
better believe it.
It's
That's
like
me,
I
Naruto.
I can watch it, but at the same time, I don't feel the emotion.
Hmm. Do you think that it's lost, like literally lost in translation? So, because the voice actors in English, they are taking something that was already created and they have to force themselves into saying the words in such a way that fits the mouth. Do you think that that's the issue with that? What do you think?
I I'd say about 50% that, and also 50% like the target audience, like the culture aspect. Like obviously the Japanese culture and American or any other culture, there's be like there's be like the cultural like differences in regards to like a person's perspective on like a character's like story arc or their history, their background, like what their the emotions that they're trying to convey. So I'd say about about that time frame or that mixture. But yeah, mostly that really.
Interesting. Interesting. I don't know. Like, is there a dubbed that you like? Secret Time. I if I look at the notes that you sent me, that you like the Toonami run in English. So would that be like Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon? What was your jam in English?
My jam in English, my jam in English would be Detective Conan.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because I
So you
remember because
like
I
that
saw
show?
I enjoyed it because when I saw it in your in the intro, I'm like that's the show I used to watch every morning before I go to school. And when I would watch it, I was in my during my high school era, so I more like understanding of like the concept of that anime. So my and plus since it was in English for me, I could understand it better. So I try to like find out who the culprit was in each episode. Whereas more so as like for example, in Dragon Ball Z is kind of the dubbed version. In my opinion, it's more so like bleh, is long
Hmm.
drawn out. You kind of expect what's going to happen. Whereas Detective Conan, you got this little 7, 8 year old super smart detective kid taking a bite out of crime, and you got to try to work with him. Try to like secretly figure out who the culprit is before he does.
The only thing that drove me crazy about that show is that maybe I just dipped out of it at a different time, but I just wanted him to go back to being a big guy. I didn't want him
Yeah.
being a little guy. Also, I was confused on how the pill worked because it was supposed to make him like shrink, but
Hmm.
somehow it made him into a kid. Maybe, possibly. I'm very confused. Very confused. I
Yeah.
think that my brain got too stuck on the science of it, and I
Hmm.
should just. But it's a thinking person show. I think that that
Yeah.
was half the issue, right? I don't know. I think I need to give that another run. I think there's a new movie on Netflix of that, so maybe I'll give that a little dive in. Um,
I'll look into it too. It's a great show.
so one thing that you're a veteran, correct?
Correct.
Correct. Is there any anime that you find fascinating, either like war based or even just shooting mechanics based?
Hmm. Zoids.
What? No way. Really?
Correct.
Really? Is it the first one? The first run of Zoids?
Not the first one, the one that aired on Toonami first. It was more so the other series or other stories. Pro was called where
Is
the
it the
other
one with
character,
Liger Zero?
not Liger Zero's the Shield. He started off with the main character's name was Van.
Okay.
His Zoid was Shield Liger or not Liger
Oh,
Liger Zero, but with the shield armor before he got wrecked and he had to change. It was with
heck
like
yeah.
they had the was it the ultimate the organoids where they had like little mini Zoids that would like jump into the sky and then like jump into the core.
I remember Zoids being. Uh, so when I think of Zoids, I have to go. These are basically Transformers because they're basically living. They're
Yeah.
living beings. It's so hard because I'm an old school Gundam fan that I'm
Hmm.
so used to. You know, you get in the thing, you basically are the captain, like literally, you're the captain of this vessel.
Hmm.
But the other one, Zoids was so wild. I really enjoy Zoids. I forgot about that show. I
Yeah.
literally forgot about Zoids. Man, that's gonna take me back.
Oh
Woo!
yeah.
Heck yeah. Wow. So can you? Is there anything else? Is there something about the guns that you liked in it? Because for me, I really like what was it, Vash the Stampede. I really liked
Hmm.
how he used guns. I felt like it wasn't real, but it just was cool. And I think that's
Hmm.
all you can really get from Vash is that he's cool and then he's goofy, and then he's cool again. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there anything else like that?
Like strictly firearms perspective.
Yeah. Like Van Helsing was one that people would talk about before because
Yeah.
you get close up on guns. There was another one where they're on a boat. I think it's called Black Lagoon. I want to
Hmm.
say, and then that one also was like mercenaries and what I would assume is during the Vietnam War, maybe possibly that would just hop on a boat and then go around and do really bad things.
Hmm. Hmm. Firearms wise, nothing right now that I can think of. There's one that comes into mind, but I don't remember the name of it at all. It just escapes my memory. But I used to watch all the time. He had like some sort of a revolver and such, but I digress. I don't remember it at
Okay,
all.
okay, it's all right. It's all right. Well, that takes us to the next place because I know that you have a very, very spicy hot take. So let's get into our hot takes. See, that is a good J. That J comes up plenty. That's all I'm asking in this world is that the J's go just a little bit higher. That's all I want. But that's an way inside thing. But let's talk about your hot take. What is the hottest of hot takes that you have?
In what retrospect?
Hot take about anime,
Anime.
anything? Yeah, an
Hmm.
anime hot take, nerd culture hot take.
When it comes to like anime and nerd culture in general, I would have to say like the professional cosplayers.
What about
That
them?
like how like intricate that they're what they're trying to cosplay, like how much like in depth that they get into it, like making
Do
it like
you
literally from scratch.
do you have a
It
problem with them doing it? Do you think it's a waste of time, or
oh
is
gosh,
it
no.
that? Oh,
I'm
so
just
what is your hot
fascinated.
take?
My hot take is like the love and effort that they put into their craft.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
more of
it's
an
like
appreciation.
I appreciate like. that they make their costumes from scratch, like the professional ones do. I mean, that takes time, effort, and like an extreme point of like detail to get accurate to what they're trying to portray. Like they'll like look at an image or a screenshot of like a character, for example. Let's say they're trying to recreate Gundam, for example, since we're on the topic.
Okay.
Like
All
they
right.
get every single like decal, every like color, the lights, and they put forth like the amount of like effort into like creating from scratch, like getting their shopping list done, all that time and effort. I mean, for me personally, I have an attention span of a potato, and how like sitting down for like days on end trying to craft something that intricate is just mind blowing to me. So kudos to anybody who does cosplay, whether or not they purchase a pre-made outfit or they make it from scratch. Hats off to you guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate what you guys do for the culture and the community in regards to nerd culture and anime. It's just that stuff is just awesome to me.
All right. Okay. All right. I like that. I like that. Um, Damn, I never thought about cosplayers. I don't think about cosplayers at
Mm-hmm.
all. You said one part where you're like they turned something that was 2D into a like three-dimensional around the person. I was like, yeah, they definitely have to fill in the gaps because at
Yeah,
no point in time is that costume like predetermined. It's not like we all know what Darth Vader looks like, right? There's costumes of
yeah,
him, right? You got three. There's an actual thing, but for that 2D person, there isn't a like. There's nothing. That's very interesting. I never thought about that. And then some people really do put in way too much work, and
mm-hmm,
I couldn't do it either. I thought about cosplaying 1 year. I was going to go to Comic Con as like a steampunk Batman,
mm-hmm.
and that didn't happen. What ended up happening is I wore my gi, and I just wore my belt, and then I let the gi open, and it just so happened to come out. I did that the same year that Afro Samurai came out, and I had a low
Nice.
afro. So I was accidentally Afro Samurai. That's the level of focus that I can get into cosplay.
Yeah.
And then I use that same concept for Halloween because not an original bone in my body. Not at all. Not at all. All right, let's get into what I should have cosplayed many times as a kid. Power Rangers.
Yep.
I had way too much fun making that video. Way too much fun. Like I was like, oh, I need to cut this down. I was like, nah, I don't want to. I don't want to. I really like Power Rangers and seeing all the transforming and all of that just makes me feel
Mm-hmm.
good.
Yeah.
But as we speak about Power Rangers, what was your first experience with Power Rangers?
Before we begin, I just have to bring this one thing up. I don't know if you know it, noticed, but today is actually National Power Rangers Day.
That is a thing.
Yep, I saw because
I
I
didn't know
follow a
that at
couple
all.
Power Ranger actors on Instagram, and one of them mentioned that. And like earlier today, I looked it up. Like, yeah, today's National Power Rangers Day. Don't quote me on which aired first, but it did air August 28th, 1993.
Hmm. You are right. And it was the Mighty Morphin.
Yep.
Mighty Morphin. Dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. 1993. Wow. Okay. All right.
Hmm.
Is that your first Power Rangers? You're a little younger
Yes.
than me. Is that's yours?
Yes. That
Who
was
was your
my
favorite
first
character?
of all time in of Mighty Morphin. Character wise, like their actual like character, I would have to say Zach was probably one of my favorites.
Zach. All right. Nice. A fan of the Black Ranger. How long did it take before you realized that he was missing a finger?
Right now.
What? Is
Yeah.
this breaking news? Oh man, this
Yes.
is breaking news. Let's see. I don't have a bumper for breaking news. I only have my trigger warning, so I'm gonna hit that. I'm getting a lot of awkward use of that clip. But yes. Oh yeah, he's missing. I think it's his ring finger on his right hand. And he
Great.
has a
Now,
fantastic story that he you go back and watch it and you'll realize it. But there's a story that he was telling a podcaster maybe about 5 6 years ago, something along those lines, where he was getting bullied in Detroit, and then a kid like stepped on his hand and like twisted his finger. He was like, ah, and then he took it off and he didn't have a finger, and the kid freaked out. So it was one of those like I love when somebody has a disability and they kind of use it to their advantage. I love that. I love it.
yeah,
I find it absolutely fascinating because it's something that's a disadvantage that you can turn into an advantage. I mean, does it probably not balance out 100%? But I do think it's fun. But yeah, the Black Power Ranger Zach is missing his ring finger or middle finger is one of those. He's also, I think he's in a polyamorous relationship with like 5 women, something like that, something along those lines. His Instagram is
yeah,
wild. If
yeah.
you ever want to go down a weird Instagram, go on his Instagram. It's a pretty crazy trip. Pretty crazy trip. Um, so what? How did you feel when he left the show?
Growing up that era, I didn't understand behind the scenes like politics behind it. So I thought it was just just storyline stuff. Like just got old. The character was doing something else. But growing up, now I understood now the whole politics behind the scenes of Mighty Morphin. So I understand why he left. I don't blame him.
Right,
I would
right.
too. But between now and then, yeah, like when I was younger, I always thought, he's just getting older. It's like just like, something like, if you're like he got older, like they graduated school, he just decided to go do the you know, find his other mission in like his character life, but now I understand that why he left really. So I don't
Mm.
honestly don't I don't blame him at all.
What did you watch the movies?
Oh yeah, religiously.
Did you see them in the theater?
No.
No. Okay. I saw the original Power Rangers movie in the theaters,
Hmm.
at least that first one, and it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. except for the CGI. The CGI doesn't hold up at all. There's a reason why
Yeah.
that wasn't added into my little clip at the beginning because the CGI is quite terrible. But everything else, like they come out and they're skydiving, but they're like skiing on the air or whatever. I'm like, oh
Oh
man,
yeah.
they did it before Eureka 7, so that was awesome. That was awesome.
I remember. I
Are you
remember the movie.
you remember the movie? It was so
Oh yeah.
good. It was so good. Are you into the comic books?
No. And
No. Interesting.
I got like a when I went to Comic Con one year, I got like, one of like the freebies happened to be a Power Ranger comic. So I
Uh
never
huh.
really got into comics growing up. So yeah, but I know that there is a substantial Power Rangers comic book history.
Yeah, it fills in the gaps like what was Rita doing before?
Hmm.
Where did the Zeo crystal come from? Which the Zeo crystal, I started reading just to figure out the lore of that, and
Hmm.
it's gets crazy. It gets crazy. Um, but we're not going to get into that. But what I do want to get into is, did you watch VR Troopers?
No, I did not, but I know of VR Troopers.
My hottest of hot takes is that VR Troopers was better than Power Rangers. I loved VR Troopers. I loved Mask Rider. I loved Beetleborgs,
Yeah,
and I loved.
Beetleborgs was great.
There was another one in Japan. It was called Gridman, but I think in English it was like Internet Samurai Squad or something like that. It's in the clip that I played. It was okay, but I thought
Hmm.
it was fascinating that they were fighting in the internet. And this must have been like 1995, 1997, somewhere in there, where the internet was still like fairly new. I
Hmm.
at during that time, I was still going to the Science Museum in Balboa Park to go onto the internet to look at WWF.com. And
Hmm.
during that time, it was not the worldwide wildlife. It wasn't that one. It was that good old wrestling.
Yep.
Yeah. There's another part that most people don't pick up from Power Rangers. They take anything and everything and turn it into a gun.
Yeah.
As a man that works selling
Hmm.
guns and bullets and that kind of stuff, what did you think about when, I don't know, they turned a dog into a gun, or the Black Ranger in particular, he had his axe, which also turned into a gun. Everything turns into a gun. And if it doesn't turn to a gun by itself, it combines with stuff and then turns into a gun. It's by far the most absurd and wackiest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Coming
But
from the
I still
firearm
love it.
industry. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty unique. Like, clever use of what you have, but yeah, because when the dog turned to the cannon in the was it SPD, that was different. But
Yeah.
yeah, and like in Mighty Morphin, Zack's axe turned to like the main cannon of their power cannon, and then Trini's size and Billy's the, I forgot what it's called, but the Trident staff. They like
Mm-hmm,
split
mm-hmm.
into two, become more barrels. I'm like, these Power Rangers really like their guns.
It
But yeah,
never goes away. It never
yeah.
goes away. It like I did a for research for this particular episode. I went down. That was an accident. Didn't mean to hit that. Oops, my bad. Uh, I went down one hell of a rabbit hole of just looking at them turning things into guns, and then all the different generations, and also figuring out that I might have been a complete moron when I was a kid. Which that I don't know if you had this moment. I'm gonna put a one shot on myself just for a second. It wasn't until the year 2000 that I realized that the Power Rangers wasn't just the Power Rangers, that there was an actual Japanese show that they were stealing from. It took the crossover for me to understand. Yeah. That's me. I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart at all.
Yeah,
Did
like
you run
growing up,
into that same situation?
yeah, I like forever. I thought it was just an American show with my Morphin. I just thought it was just horrible acting when it comes to like Dorita and Scorpina and Goldar. But like as I got older, internet became a thing. Social media, discovered that Power Rangers, the American Power Rangers, was originally Super Sentai.
Yep, Super Sentai.
Then I ended up going down rabbit holes, discovering that there's Super Sentai. They have like series that haven't aired in the US, stuff like that, and some series vice versa. I'm like, this this is like a black hole of Super Sentai awesomeness.
Did you ever watch Super Sentai?
Not Super Sentai, but I've watched like other like iterations of like other seasons in the original masterpiece.
There's a couple episodes that I wasn't. It's funny. I love Power Rangers, but Super Sentai I think is subpar connected to, and it might just be like which one I saw first.
Hmm.
So I watched a few different episodes, and then there was one where like, hey, there's this baseball player that's black. That's his magic power that he's a baseball player and he's black. It's very like stereotypical Japanese show. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Um, but Carmen Rider, that's the one that gets me. Like I get that. I can watch that because it's almost like no matter what I've seen, any variation, because there was a Mask Rider that they did for a little bit, it wasn't
Yeah.
nearly as entertaining as like Kamen Rider X or Kamen
Hmm.
Rider Black X. That one was like that one hits hard. Like there's one of the guys breaks his leg doing his own stunts on motorcycles. Like there was a lot of like richness to it. Also Ultraman. Ultraman is pretty fascinating in comparisons. But the thing about the like the Super Sentai and all of those other shows, um, there's 1,000 of them. There's 1,000 different ones. One in particular that I found super fascinating was the VR Troopers. They weren't just one show. What they did is they combined like three different shows together. And then as they combined those three different shows together, that's how they made the show for America,
Hmm.
which made it really weird if you look back and you try to watch it because they're almost never fighting in the same room
Yeah.
ever because they're fighting three different people. And that's just the nature of the beast. Um, but I definitely would recommend Power Rangers to anyone growing up. I know that Power Rangers is getting a big boost coming back.
Hmm.
Uh, I think it's through a Netflix deal, correct? Or is it a Disney deal? It's one of them.
I want to say Disney, because I'm pretty sure Disney owns the rights.
Mm, they own the
But
rights to everything.
yeah, that being said, it's either Netflix or Disney Plus, so fifty
This is
fifty.
fair. It's 50-50. Could you imagine they do like a dark, gritty Power Rangers? Let's just say the original five, and they're fighting Alien, the Xenomorph,
Yeah.
shooting it with the axe gun.
Fun fact now that you mentioned it, since you mentioned that in like the comic books,
Yeah,
there is actually a comic book storyline where the Power Rangers actually did fight or were or did fight a xenomorph.
I am not aware of this, so I'm going to have some deep diving.
Yeah.
Wow, dang, that's nice. That's nice.
It's it's
That's
it's
gonna be a lot of fun.
it was one of those random like Power Ranger snippets I stumbled upon on Instagram and YouTube Reels, just going down the Power Rangers rabbit hole.
Huh. So we're talking about crossovers and things along those lines. Let me ask my final question. Please hold.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So during this part, I want you to really put in some critical thinking, right? And I I'm gonna ask you if you were to be isekai'd into another world. You can either be isekai'd as yourself, the age that you are now, start off as a kid, anything along those lines. What universe would it be? It doesn't have to be Power Ranger, but I'm looking to have fun with this. So as you start, I might throw a little curveball in there. So if you
Gotcha.
were in another world, which world would it be?
Hmm. Definitely Power Rangers.
Okay, all right.
Not
Which
to be
run of the
cliche,
Power
but Power
Rangers?
Rangers.
Which one?
Ooh.
Angel Grove? Are we going Angel Grove? Or are we going SPD, Wild Force, Mystic Fire, Dino something or another?
Ooh. I wasn't a particular fan of SPD. That was kind of, to me that was like kind of more like cliche. Let's see.
Are you a Turbo fan?
Turbo was pretty cool, but I can't drive. My life depended on it. You gotta ask
You have such a
Kelly.
cool car. You have a
Yeah.
cool car. You can't drive. Oh man.
But no, if I had to pick between like a specific Power Rangers like quote unquote universe,
Yeah.
I would have to be it's a tie between Super Mega Force and Mystic Force. Only reason
Okay.
behind that is because for Mystic Force, I love Harry Potter. I know you're not a fan of it, but
This is true.
the whole concept of using magic to their advantage and as like their quote unquote like seasonal theme, like power, that's just that's fascinating to me. But at the same time,
Interesting.
Super Mega Force solely because that 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 theme for like the part two of Super Mega Force is that they're pirates, like pirate ships that transfer they're pirate zords and they're like a pirate costumes and like pirates scimitars or cutlasses, but mostly for the fact that they'd have keys that would like transform them into whatever like past past Power Ranger that to ever exist, whether it's a US or a Japanese. And to me, that was like very, very nostalgic, kick ass to me.
Okay. All right. So eh, I gotta do a little bit more studying. Let's dive a little bit deeper into what was it called again?
Super Mega Force.
Super Mega Force.
So Super Mega Force is don't quote me on it. Is either like a 2 or 3 season Power Rangers, but it was all like the same team, same like concept. But
Yeah.
the first one, it was just like, no, let me digress. The original, like the season one was Mega Force.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah, where they had like their keys, it's strictly the keys and like your regular costumes. But Super Mega Force, in my opinion, is when it really kicked off. And when it comes to like the just like the original Power Rangers, like for like 3 4 seasons, it's the same group, but but
Hmm.
after each season, they get new Zords, new costumes.
How many
Same,
Rangers did they have? Was it the five
yeah.
plus one, so six, or
I
was
want to
it the
say
four?
I think this is when they started incorporating more, but I want to say six.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it was six. Cause like their sixth ranger was a silver Power Ranger.
Oh, okay, okay. I know the one. So
Yeah.
we're gonna throw you into that world, but you're going to
Hmm.
be a different color. Which color
Okay.
are you?
Silver.
No, silver's already there. So
Oh,
you get
different
to be the
color.
seventh Power Ranger.
Black.
Black. Okay. So there was no Black Ranger?
there was no original Black Ranger, but they could transform into a black Power
Enter.
Ranger from the past. But like
Interesting.
original team, the Black Power Ranger.
Okay. All right. So if you if you were there, you would have been the Black Ranger. Would you have exclusively became Zach?
Yes.
All right. Now I have a deep question here.
Hmm.
So if you're becoming Zach, does that make it black faced, or does he is he in or is he yellow facing, and you're just completing the cycle?
I personally don't see it as like black or yellow facing it. I see it
Okay.
as playing homage to an OG.
All right. All right. All right. I love that. I love that. Now, your sizes are different, right?
Hmm.
So it would be almost like the blue Power Ranger Justin when he was a kid and he became an adult. Would
Yes, the
that be you?
adult. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take
I'll
it.
t-
No
that's
shame.
fair.
No shame.
That's fair. We're already kind of dealing with magic and special forces and stuff, so why not? Why not?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good. There's plenty more. I'll get you in. Maybe we'll do a deep dive of the Power Ranger movie, the first one, or maybe even the newest one that I didn't watch because it looks scary. I know it's not good, but I just need an excuse to hang out with you online. But
Awesome.
what we're going to do now is I'm going to put you on a one shot. You're going to plug whatever you want to plug. Probably your War Buddha, that kind of stuff. And then you're going to give one quote. It could be an original quote. It could be something that you're feeling. It could be a quote that you know from the past. Whatever you want. So it's going to be a one shot. And after that's done, you're free. All right. Are you ready?
Send it. What's up, y'all? Thanks for having me. Again, my name's Jeff Rice or Tommy Pickles. You can call me either or. Social media is very limited, just Instagram. This war underscore Buddha. Yeah, side note about that, just history, obviously a combat veteran, been to war. Also, what people don't know about me is that I'm actually half Laotian, so I'm half Asian, so that's where the Buddha comes from. Then haha, because I like to have fun, laugh. It's not really much of a quote, it's just more of like a life lesson. Learn to love the people around you, learn to love your family. Never take anything seriously because when things hit the fan, all you're gonna have left is your family and then your close loved ones. So take care of one take care of each other. Times are tough. Keep your chin up high and continue on with your mission in life.